Tonight on Cronkite News, why Arizona legislature plans to ban the word independent to describe a third-party candidate.
Plus, utility bills are rising, how a statewide program could help cut the cost.
And a key player on the Diamondbacks roster staying true to himself, taking a risk that looks like it could pay off.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Edward Neiman.
And I'm Serenity Reynolds. Thank you for watching.
A bill under consideration at the Arizona Capitol could change how one political party appears on the ballot.
Cronkite News reporter Emily Fox-Millian is at the state capitol and shows us why one candidate for governor is speaking out.
Hugh Lytle is running for governor in 2026 as an independent. He's worried that the bill could reshape the political pathway for those 2026 campaigns that are already underway. Lytle spoke on the Senate lawn Monday alongside leaders of the Arizona Independent Party, including former Phoenix Mayor Paul Johnson, who was a Democrat turned independent. They're opposing Senate Bill 1609. That would prevent the Arizona Independent Party from using the word independent in its name. It would also prevent similar terms like unaffiliated or no party. The current Arizona Independent Party was previously called the No Labels Party until they changed their name in December. Supporters of the bill say the measure would clarify party identification for voters and maintain consistency in how parties appear in the ballot. If passed and signed into law, it could take effect immediately and apply retroactively, meaning it could change Lytle's party on this year's ballot.
It's political manipulation, and that part, I'm just done. It's the reason I'm running. It's the reason I'm in this, is that stop the absurdity, stop the immaturity, please, okay? If you think that the independents belong to the Republicans and Democrats, you're wrong, okay? We're the largest group for a reason, because we've lost faith in the two parties.
Supporters of the Independent Party say that the proposal could create new hurdles for its candidates, even as Arizona continues to see more voters registering third party. At the state capitol, Emily Fox-Millian, Cronkite News.
Notifying your neighbors of ICE presence could end you in jail. It's all part of a new proposal bill to keep people from preventing the arrest of someone wanted by law enforcement. The proposed legislation comes after an increase in tips about ICE presence. Senator John Kavanaugh, who's behind the bill, says under existing laws it is illegal to obstruct police. He adds the bill serves as a plug to the loophole that prevents arrests from being made. If passed, it would make it a Class 1 misdemeanor to send any posts, messages, or anything that could be used to alert to interfere with lawful arrests. The bill is set to be discussed in the Senate committee on Wednesday.
Meanwhile, federal immigration officials plan to spend $38.3 billion to boost detention capacity to 92,000 beds. This comes as ICE purchases warehouses across the country, including here in Surprise, Arizona. ICE plans more than a dozen processing centers across the country. Some of the largest can house up to 10,000 detainees. These centers should be up and running by November, though city officials are frequently unable to get details from ICE until these sales are finalized. Over the last few weeks, elected officials in Arizona have sent letters to the DHS regarding the purchase. Senator Mark Kelly has been outspoken against the facility, saying, quote, "This community doesn't want this there."
There is still no clear end in sight to the partial government shutdown over DHS funding. The shutdown began on Saturday after Democrats and President Trump failed to reach a deal on funding DHS through September. Democrats are demanding changes to how immigration operations are conducted, though both sides are sticking firm to their positions. Congress is in recess until February 23rd. This impasse does not only affect ICE, but also many agencies like TSA, the Secret Service, and the Coast Guard.
Arizona is expecting some snow up north, cooler temperatures, and rain down here in Phoenix. A complete turn from the past weekend. Tyler Wargo joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with the details.
Yeah, guys, it's going to be a very cool week this week, and that's all due to what we're expecting to see right off the coast of San Francisco. All that rain, all that snow is going to be traveling inland. Let's take a closer look at what we're going to be seeing here in Arizona. Flagstaff is going to be seeing a lot of rain later tonight, and then all that rain is going to be traveling down into the valley, keeping the valley cool, as we're going to be expecting to see a rainy Tuesday. But if you guys thought that was it, check again. Early morning on Wednesday, Flagstaff is then going to be expecting to see a lot of snow. And instead of snow, Phoenix is going to be seeing a lot of rain throughout the rest of the week, as we're going to be expecting to see a lot of a cooler week. And that's all due to the storm happening up here in Flagstaff. So a lot of snow happening up in Flagstaff. I'll have you guys covered more on the forecast later.
Well, it may be cool now, but it will be very warm very soon. And many Arizonans are facing proposed hikes in energy costs this summer. And to say they're struggling to afford their bills now. I spoke with a statewide program that is helping customers keep their energy costs down. In Tucson, Julie Merritt couldn't figure out why her energy bills were so high.
I had replaced the windows, and then our electric bill just kept on going up again. You know, I did everything I could, and it just seemed to be out of control.
Merritt is retired and receives a fixed income from Social Security.
You're going to cut travel time. You're not going to be able to travel where you want. You're not going to be able to, you know, maybe eat out. You're going to have to start looking for other ways to pay your bills.
We're seeing people who are having to set their temperature at 80 degrees, 80 something degrees in their house just to be able to afford their bills.
TK Bussey is one contractor, part of a statewide program that helps update homes to lower energy bills.
Medium to low income families who are looking to get efficiency upgrades for their home. It can greatly offset those upgrade costs.
The Efficiency Arizona program received $152 million in federal funding to offer homeowners up to $14,000 in upgrades. Merritt was one of those customers. And after trying to figure out why her energy costs were so high, contractors with the program found the problem.
Our ductwork was basically disconnected up in the attic. A piece of it was secured with a garbage bag. So we were basically, all the air conditioning was going up through the ceiling and outside rather than down into the house.
Merritt received over $11,000 in rebates to fix the ducts and says she's now saving about 40% in her utility bills.
Now it'll come on within a half hour. The house is cool. You know, whatever temperature I've set it at it's wonderful. I feel like we have a brand new house.
The Efficiency Arizona program is still accepting applications and will be until federal funding runs out.
A notice to hikers and bikers who use the Dove Valley Trail in Scottsdale: you may want to find a new path, at least for the next few weeks. The city plans to do some work to reduce wildfire risk and improve emergency access. The McDowell Sonoran Preserve Director said that the city is trying to take a proactive approach since our winter resulted in more vegetation that can feed a fire when it dries out. The work on the trail began earlier this month and is expected to last 3 to 4 weeks. Officials say that visitors should keep an eye out if they choose to hike, bike, or walk in the area.
Coming up next, check your cabinets. The FDA has updated an existing peanut butter recall.
Thousands of affected products were distributed across 40 states. Learn more about which products were impacted and what to do now, coming up on Cronkite News.
This is where Cronkite can be creative.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it. I was
Freedom.
friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
As a teacher, you just want to reach people. You want to make a difference. You want to help them. I have an opportunity to do something I never imagined I would be able to do. Go out and build the best biology class the world has ever seen. When you go into Dreamscape Learn, you put on a set of goggles and you can go anywhere. You can be anyone and do anything. The thing about Arizona State University is they're always thinking about what's next. We can create virtual reality experiences so that you can learn by exploring in a virtual world the way that scientists explore in the real world. And kids can feel that. All these emotions are what help the brain encode information. When I see a student come out of VR, the look on their face is nothing like I've ever seen when I finish a lecture. They look so happy to be there in that moment. You know that you've reached them.
I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope.
That's Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie making a plea for the safe return of her mom, Nancy.
As the search for Guthrie enters its third week, law enforcement has confirmed that they've uncovered DNA and multiple pieces of evidence. The FBI say DNA from a glove found several miles away from Guthrie's house appears to match the gloves worn by the suspect. The suspect was seen on a doorbell camera footage with gloves the morning she disappeared. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says authorities also found more DNA at Guthrie's home that didn't match her or anyone with her.
The Food and Drug Administration has updated an existing peanut butter recall.
More than 22,000 items have been affected.
The single-serve products were in 40 states. They include both peanut butter packets and small cups containing both peanut butter and jelly. The products were produced by Ventura Foods and sold to distributors mostly under private label brands. The problem is they found pieces of blue plastic in a filter at the facility where they are made. The FDA says consuming the product could cause temporary illness, but not anything likely serious or life-threatening. And a little more than a year after the destructive Palisades fire, residents are preparing for another threat.
Flood warnings have been issued for much of California's coast and valley, with experts expecting up to 4 inches of rain. An evacuation order was issued Sunday night for several areas damaged by the fire, remaining in effect through tomorrow. These burn areas now also face a higher risk of flooding because there's not enough plants in the soil to absorb the water. Parts of the Bay Area are also under flood advisories.
The first solar eclipse of 2026 is coming, and it wouldn't be a true solar eclipse without some dramatic flair.
The eclipse is bringing one of the most rare sights in astronomy, the Ring of Fire.
That's when the moon is far enough away to cover the sun entirely, but still appears smaller. That's when you can see the rays of sun encircle the moon in a spectacular sight. The bad news is you'll only be able to see it if you're one of the precious few people in Antarctica, which means we won't see it here. Arizona is finally getting a taste of some of that East Coast weather. Snow and rain is heading our way. I think it's time for me to bring out some of my sweaters.
Could be. Tyler Wargo joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Yeah, it was a cool and cloudy day. As we reach 8 p.m., it's going to be 65 degrees, and it's only going to get cooler from then on. As we get into 10 p.m., it's going to be the low 60s and even into the high 50s carrying through the rest of the night. The low temperatures, though, Phoenix expected to see 51 degrees, and then the surrounding towns below that, Casa Grande being 47 degrees, as well as Gila Bend being 50. So they're going to have a bit of a cooler morning. We take a look at the high temperatures, though. Phoenix only reaching a high of 68, so it's going to be a lot more of a cooler Tuesday than what we saw last week. And then we take a look here, though. The warmer spots in Arizona is going to be right up here by Lake Havasu City. They're going to be seeing 70 degrees, and then carrying down south to Yuma, it's going to be the low 70s. So those are going to be the warmer parts of Arizona if you guys want to go outside and go hiking. But here in the valley, it's going to be quite a cool day. Take a look at the 8-day forecast. We mentioned earlier about the snow that's happening in Flagstaff. All that snow is then turning into rain, which is then traveling here in the valley. 75% chance of rain on Tuesday, tomorrow, and then on Wednesday it's going to be quite a cloudy and cool day, being 62 degrees. Then the rest of the week unfolds. It's going to be quite a sunny week, but it's still not going to keep the valley warm, as it's only going to reach a high of 68 degrees on Saturday, then Thursday, Friday being a low of 60 degrees as well. But Sunday, Monday, we're then expecting to see the valley warm up yet again, and those clouds start to not mean anything to the sun, as it's then going to be 81 degrees as we carry throughout next week. As that's going to do it, my name is Tyler Wargo with the Weather Center, sending it back to you guys.
Coming up next, a key Diamondbacks player is staying in the valley.
That's right. The player who bet on himself and signed a 1-year contract with the D-backs despite multiple offers from other teams.
I mean, it's mean a lot, you know, this is part of the team we run in 2023 for the World Series, so I'm happy with those guys.
What the springtime deal means for the Valley's MLB team coming up on Cronkite News.
People have always had trouble trying to put me into a box. A professor, suit and tie is just not me. Without the ocean, I don't know what I would do. You know, the ocean's always been there for me. As Hawaiian people, we believe that the coral is the first living being to come out of the darkness. It's the foundation of our entire lifestyle, and that's what my research is about. What we do is we take photographs of the reef over long periods of time to create models that can tell us what the planet is doing. If we go deaf to what the Earth is telling us, then we'll never be able to live in harmony. If I can get my students excited about protecting the ocean, then they're the ones who are gonna really make the difference. I hope my students realize that I'm not trying to prepare them for something in the distant future. Their time is now at Arizona State University.
Innovation at the Walter Cronkite School is pushing the boundaries of traditional journalism.
Storytelling has evolved over the years. This is part of that evolution.
Students in the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Lab are using emerging technology to create scenes in augmented and virtual reality, coding playable games, and bringing the audience into the story.
They're only limited by their imagination and their willingness to learn.
Find out more at cronkite.asu.edu.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Farah Bojalad. Big news from the Arizona Diamondbacks roster. Pitcher Zac Gallen is staying with the team another year, and this deal is worth over $20 million. Gallen has previously talked about wanting to stay with the Diamondbacks, and now his wish is coming true. Our Cronkite Sports reporter Alex Martinez has been following the D-backs all day at their spring training facility. He joins us now. Alex, what's the rundown with Gallen?
Yes, Zac Gallen has officially re-signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks on a one-year deal worth just over $22 million. Gallen said that he was going to bet on himself, as he declined other multi-year deals from other teams. This will be Gallen's 8th season with the Arizona Diamondbacks, which has included a trip to the World Series in 2023, where he was an All-Star and finished 3rd in the Cy Young Award race. Last season was an off year for Gallen as he started in 33 games for Arizona. He went 11-13 and he had a career worst ERA with 4.83. Despite this, Gallen's signing is crucial for the D-backs, who will be without Corbin Burns for the start of the season, and it adds a veteran in the locker room.
I mean, it's mean a lot. You know, this is part of the team we're on 2023 for the World Series. So I'm happy with those guys. Happy they bring Gallen back. Happy they bring Merrill back.
D-backs manager Torey Lovello said that he welcomed Gallen back with open arms, and despite him missing the first 5 days of camp, it looks like he hasn't skipped a beat. The Diamondbacks will open up their Cactus League game on Friday versus the Colorado Rockies at 1:10. At Salt River Stadium, I'm Alexander Martinez, Cronkite News.
Thanks, Alex. It should be an exciting game. For the first time this spring, the Athletics had their full squad on the field, a major checkpoint as they gear up for the 2026 season. Last season, the Athletics went 76-86, finishing 4th in the AL West. With high hopes this season, the organization extended multiple key players throughout the past year, and manager Mark Kotze is looking to build a culture that allows the A's to play deep into October.
The vibe's great. Like I said, you know, we've had a vision, or I've had a vision, you know, since the 23 season of a nucleus coming together that will be together for a while. And I think we've seen that commitment. Goal is to play as long as possible, and that'd be October 31st.
The first home game for the A's starts off on Sunday, February 22nd against the Cleveland Guardians. Taking a look at ASU now, football coach Kenny Dillingham and baseball head coach Willie Bloomquist could see pay raises and contract extensions approved by the end of this week. For Dillingham, the Arizona Board of Regents is set to add 1 year to his contract, now ending in 2030. The agreement increases Dillingham's base salary from $5.8 million to $6.4 million, and it increases the budget for support staff by nearly 20%. As for Bloomquist, the baseball head coach's contract is set to extend 2 more years to expire in 2028 and offer a salary increase for any season the team reaches the NCAA Super Regionals. Bloomquist's salary is set to increase to $500,000 by July 2027, a roughly 22% increase from its current rate. Arizona State lacrosse is eyeing a run to the Big 12 title. The Sun Devils had a successful first year in the conference last season and are picked to finish second in the league this year. Our reporter Andrew Neeram has more on the senior whose strong field presence is helping her lead the way.
Her teammates call her the point guard. And for good reason. Number 12 Jordan Bihar broke multiple lacrosse records last year. She smashed the regular season point record for ASU, placing her 10th in the nation. And Bihar also broke the single season assist record and had the 4th most in the nation. But for Jordan, it hadn't always been this special.
Our freshman and sophomore year made junior year just that much sweeter. I think I worked hard off the field and being there for my team, watching my team, supporting them. And without that, I couldn't have had the year I did junior year.
In her sophomore year, Jordan was sidelined after 9 games with an injury. But even in that abbreviated season, head coach Taryn Von Thoth-Poles said that flash of skill was impossible to ignore.
We saw glimpses of it in that sophomore campaign, and it was just time. It was when was the mind going to meet, the skill set, and it met last season early on, and she rolled with it. 103 points on the season. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
But the team's attacking power hasn't all come from Jordan Bihar. The 1-2 punch of Bihar and senior Tegan Ing has become one of the most dynamic duos in the Big 12, combining for 184 points. And for Ing, watching her teammate take that next step has been fun to watch from the other side of the field.
She's amazing. She is just the best player, person, friend ever. She does so much on and off the field. She's one of my best friends off and just a huge contributor to this team.
The team dropped its season opener in overtime against Oregon, but that didn't stop the duo from picking up right where they left off from 2025, each recording a hat trick to kick off the season, and it's clear that Bihar maintains her confidence of her team.
Big 12 championships in sight.
And their home opener started a 7-game homestand for the Sun Devils. In Tempe, Andrew Neeram, Cronkite News.
ASU lacrosse started the season 0-2, including an overtime loss to Oregon and number 22, Denver. They open a 6-game homestand this weekend. The 76th NBA All-Star Weekend has come to a close, with Team Stars winning yesterday in LA. Now the torch is being passed to Phoenix as the 2027 All-Star Game is officially set to tip off at Mortgage Matchup Center next year. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Farah Bojalad. Thank you for joining us. Now back to Edward and Serenity at the desk.
Thanks, Farah. Coming up next, looking for a cold treat? This ice cream truck may be the perfect place to cool down.
That's right, though it may be a little bit cooler than you're used to. Find out how this New Jersey man is putting his own spin on the word ice cream.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
Freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
This is where Cronkite can be creative.
Welcome back. It's still cold in some parts of the country, but that's not stopping some people from eating ice cream.
And in New Jersey, one man is selling ice cream for a good cause in an unexpected way. Check out this ice cream truck made entirely of snow. Homeowner Robert Shaw built this in front of his home in Cranford. And yes, he's selling ice cream from the truck, with all the proceeds going to a Children's Hospital Foundation.
That's it for tonight's editions of Cronkite News. I'm Edward Eamon.
And I'm Serenity Reynolds. Thank you for joining us.